We're live.
I see a couple folks are coming on, but I am going to get started because I know we have a lot of folks that are watching out via YouTube. So welcome, V-WISE graduates. Whether joining via Google Plus or YouTube, we are glad that you are here, and we are going to do our best to have a little fun, present some facts, and make sure that you continue with, of course, we are excited, and we hope you're excited for a V-WISE NatCon coming up in now just 43 days. So it's right around the corner. Today we do have the pleasure of having Sarah Hill from Veterans United, who is with us and who will be presenting on human media strategy in just a little bit. But before we get to Sarah, I'm actually going to share with you some network tips from Bonnie Coffey. Unfortunately, Bonnie wasn't able to get on with us today, but she was kind enough to share some of her expert conference-related networking tips. We will run through those. Sarah will join us for a little bit, and then we're going to go through some agenda highlights with Kim Krula, our program coordinator, and we're going to close it out by giving away some prizes. So we hope that you pay attention to what I'm about to tell you about how you can post for those prizes. Something new that we haven't done before is a Google Plus party, which is happening right now. And one of the things that we thought would be fun is for you guys to compete a little bit for prizes by posting to social media. And the social media that you do need to post to be in the running between now and 4/20 is something that's going to tell us that you're bold enough to make it happen. In order to do so, you can do so on Twitter, and our Twitter handle is @VWiseConference. It's @VWiseConference, so nice and easy. And you also can post directly to the V-WISE Facebook page. It's important that you do post to our page and not to your own page so that we can be sure that we do see that comment or post. Another thing that's important is please make sure that you sign off with your full name. We do understand that you may be signing on with a name that is not your complete name, so please sign off with your full name so we can make sure that you're in the running. So at the very end, Kim is going to present who our prize winners are, and then we will follow up with a phone call so you can get all the details that you may want to have to take advantage of those prizes. So without further ado, I'm going to talk a little bit about Bonnie Coffey, who I said unfortunately is not here with us today. Bonnie is president of Bonnie Coffey Associates. She's worked on issues that impact women for the past 20+ years, including director of a city-county women's commission, and now, as I had mentioned, is president of her own consulting firm, providing training and coaching and face-to-face networking, customer service, job-seeking skills, off-site management services, and freelance writing services. So one thing that Bonnie shared with us, and some of this may seem common sense, but it's really important for you to hear, is, you know, what's so hard about going to a convention? You send in your registration, which most of you who are on this call or on this hangout today have already done, so you've got that taken care of. We hope that you have your flight now if you're coming in from afar. We're the ones taking care of your hotel, so that's pretty easy. But, you know, now is really the tough part for you. For some, it's a little tougher than others, depending on how much experience you may have with conferences. But really, a lot of what you're going to gain out of your attendance is how you interact with the other attendees. Sure, there's plenty out there on the internet about what to do, and perhaps you dug in on some of that. But we want to, you know, at least bring up some of those more obvious, but perhaps need to be said tips. So you're going to be face-to-face with folks, and they're really truly from all over the nation. Some of them may be in the same industry that you perhaps already have the business in or are going to be opening the business in. So, you know, certainly we encourage you to get to know those people as much as possible before the conference. That's one of the reasons why we have that LinkedIn group that's specific to the national conference. So that's certainly one way. You know, Bonnie shared with us that Contacts Count survey shows that attendees and their bosses expect 3 things from the convention experience: information, inspiration, and interaction. Without too much effort, you'll get the information and inspiration, but really by generating those one-on-one connections that enrich and expand that knowledge and motivation, it's really up to you. It's your responsibility to make that happen, and return home with more than just the good souvenirs that we're going to give you, and perhaps some books that we think are going to be helpful. It's really up to you to make sure that you continue those interactions and that follow-up post-conference with those people that really probably are truly going to be impactful to your business moving forward. And certainly that means the speakers and instructors and experts that are on site. So here are some fun, simple tips. Take your own agenda, attend the sessions that are, that are meaningful to you. We're giving you a little bit more flexibility at the V-WISE Graduate National Training Conference. During your regular V-WISE experience, you had to pick your courses beforehand. You don't have to do so this time. You actually can pick on site, but we hope that you do some preparation and you really dig in on that agenda before you attend and really choose what's most meaningful to you. Sit with strangers. So there are going to be probably 200 plus other ladies that are attending the event that you have not met before. To date, we've had 10 V-WISE programs. So certainly there are going to be plenty of folks that are going to be really interesting and fun to sit with. So we encourage you to make sure that you do so. And most of all, just enjoy your time. There's going to be a wealth of information and contacts for those that are open to seeking those out, and we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you on site. Just to date, we have 316 ladies that are registered, so we will definitely have a full house. Next, I now have the pleasure to introduce Sarah Hill. So I asked Sarah Hill if she would join us. Sarah works as the Chief Storyteller for Veterans United, and Sarah has, I would say, robust, and that's not exaggerating, and that's far from exaggerating, following on Google+. And so anybody who's in the Google+ world has probably read or heard or watched Sarah. She really is an innovator and ahead of her time with the use of the technology. Sarah's a 9-time Emmy Award-winning reporter, former broadcast anchor, and now begins her career as Chief Storyteller and social media pioneer for Veterans United Home Loans. She has been doing it for a little while. And really making some amazing strides for her organization. Sarah was the first journalist to use Google+ Hangout in a television newscast. She is the 45th most followed person in the United States on Google+. And kind of a fun fact, that beats out former presidents, athletes, and plenty of movie stars. So I would like to say, way to go, Sarah. And I encourage you to take full advantage of human media strategy tips that she is about to share. So thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to be here. I'm coming to you from Columbia, Missouri. And Megan, if at any point you're not able to see me or hear my presentation, or you need me to stop and reboot or something, just let me know, because I'm going to take it full screen here with some of my slide presentation. So it's phenomenal to meet you. Again, we're in Columbia, Missouri. I work a lot, not only with Veterans United Home Loans, but with Veterans United Foundation as well. And they grant millions of dollars to veterans and military families, and we have the great opportunity to tell some of their stories. So we travel all around the world, and we are using this new technology called human media. And so I am excited to share with you about it today. And Megan, are you able to see my screen that looks like an eyeball?
I can see it, yes.
Great. Sounds good. So what we're talking about is essentially something that's called C-commerce. And you all might be wondering, well, what is C-commerce? C-commerce essentially is a new way for businesses to interact, and businesses need to pay attention to it because it has the potential to allow them to form closer relationships with their following and also with their business following as well. So again, my name is Sarah Hill. You can follow me on Twitter at Sarah Midmo. That's Sarah with an H, Sarah Midmo. I also have a blog called seemehuman.com where I talk a lot about human media strategies. And also you can follow Veterans United at Veterans United on Twitter. We also have a large social media following where we like to connect with veterans and military families. I want to talk today a little bit about how you can make you and your business more marketable, and the way you do that is being more memorable. I love this quote from Patricia Fripp, and it says, "It's not your customer's job to remember you, it is your obligation and responsibility to make sure they don't have the chance to forget you." And that is really what human media is. Henry Ford once said, if I'd asked people what they wanted, they'd have said faster horses instead of a car, right? But really what human media is, and the new C-commerce layer, and when I say C-commerce, I mean S-E-E commerce, it's a different animal altogether, and this is kind of what it looks like. Human media is the combination of YouTube plus Google plus, a broadcasting platform plus a social platform with an e-commerce platform. And it's allowing individuals and business owners a unique way to interact with their audience. The human media movement isn't just Veterans United. There are businesses all across the nation, and you know, even Megan, in your organization, you know how you all are using human media and Hangouts for webinars. Just an example of how you're trying to develop closer relationships with people, and that can then translate into your business as well. Social media has evolved over the years. How many of you guys remember LiveJournal, right, or Friendster or something like that? The social media evolution has evolved where we're no longer interacting with people via text-based conversations, right? This is the past. The future is interacting with people live and real-time, face-to-face via Google Plus Hangouts. So this is what a Hangout looks like, right? You're watching one now, and you have the ability to talk to us and hear us face-to-face. It's 9 individuals plus the host, and you can not only host it, but you can also join it as well. There's some new technology coming out called WebRTC that makes the ability to start and join Hangouts easier than it was ever before, and you're going to see individuals using video chat more in business. So not just communicating with people on their social networks via their profile picture or their avatar, but really joining them in a live real-time conversation. That combination of e-commerce with a Hangout is what we call C-commerce, and it's really opening the eyes of businesses and allowing them to have deeper relationships with their customers by seeing the whites of their eyes. Something that's new out there is called Google Helpouts. Not sure how many of you all have heard about it yet, but Google Helpouts is a new service for any entrepreneur. They can create a Helpouts account and provide a service in that account, and then check out with a Google Wallet transaction. Customers can check out and pay for that service through a Google Wallet transaction. And you can also leave feedback as well. So what does that provide? It provides, say, perhaps you are someone who provides piano lessons, or you teach yoga. It used to be before that the only customers that you could bring into your business were the ones who were physically around you. What Helpouts does is expand your world as a business all around the globe, so you have the ability to bring in customers from the UK to take yoga with you via video chat, or Germany to take guitar lessons for you, or you would have the ability to teach someone in the UK piano, and that person in the UK would have the ability to find your service and pay for it right within that video chat room. That is called a Helpout, and something really that you know, entrepreneurs, veterans, military families need to put on their radar as a possible way to transition out of the military by providing a service, because it's all in one platform, a C-commerce platform. This is another example of C-commerce, where there's a video chat going on the main screen, and then on the right-hand side there is the ability to check out. There is the ability to place those individual products. This is a particular runway show. Rebecca Minkoff was doing a Hangout, and you can take those products, and then you have the ability to pay for them. So picking and choosing via video chat, just another example of C-commerce. Another reason to use Helpouts is that the Helpouts are indexed in Google search. Something that a business owner really needs to pay attention to is something called SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, And as a business, you want to make sure that your business name, your business experience is optimized for Google search or for any kind of search, so that when people search for the keywords of your business, your name pops up. Every time you use a help out, those things are indexed in Google search. That's another reason to pay attention to Google+, the platform that we're on right now. Google indexes Google+ posts faster than it does a Facebook or Twitter post. So if you're a business and you share something on a Google+ post and then go try to find that post in search, or find your business in search, that post will be indexed higher than Facebook and Twitter will. So if you're a business and you want any kind of online presence, in order to be listed in the Internet phone book of the future, you really need to pay attention to your SEO, your search engine optimization. Veterans United is also experimenting with broadcasting on our website, and we do broadcasts on our website as well, because this platform is a broadcasting platform as well. It's a free broadcast stick for anyone. No longer do you have to have this, huge metal stick in the ground with call letters. You can be your own broadcast platform, just like Megan is doing right now and broadcasting to the world. So that's something that's really important for individuals to understand. There's science behind the fact that interacting with your customers face-to-face works. This is from the Scientific American. It says that eye contact quells hostilities online. There's also a study from Cornell University about cereal boxes and how eye contact with cereal boxes increases brand trust by 16%. And as a business, you obviously are very concerned about brand trust, and you want to make sure that individuals trust you and your product. There's also an eye contact gene that's out there, and this was a particular study that was done with monkeys, and it found of the 155 neurons that the researchers could distinguish, 23 fired only when the macaw was looking into the eyes of a monkey in the video, and they're called eye cells, and they actually fire more frequently. And we as humans are also attracted to eye contact and things that are human. So that's important for businesses to pay attention to, that they are not just interacting with their customers behind photos. They're actually having a living, breathing, real-time conversation with them. Amazon and the Kindle Fire is experimenting with live real-time customer service. It has a Mayday button, as well as using Hangouts in order to get closer to develop relationships with your key influencers. We've done Hangouts. That was with the U.S. Secretary of State. This is Jon Stewart of The Daily Show. We did Hangouts for him at a veterans fundraiser not too long ago. And this is Jeremy Lin of the Linsanity basketball craze. He's an NBA player, and we brought him in and had some hangouts with some Paralympians and some other veterans and military families, and allowed them to ask some questions of Jeremy. So just another way that you can develop closer relationships with people. I also use something new that's called Google Glass. I don't know if you all have heard of it, but it is a wearable computer for your face, and we are using it to show other people how they can make themselves more memorable, how they can help individuals get closer to their brands and their product base. We also recently, and it looks like this video isn't going to load, but we were at the 9/11 Memorial, and we were showing veterans face-to-face what the 9/11 Memorial looked like. Sadly, we are losing our World War II veterans at a rate of 500 a day nationwide, and a lot of these men and women don't have the ability to see their memorial. So what we're doing is we're using human media. We're not just showing them pictures or a DVD, but through this space, this interaction, we have volunteer videographers at the memorial sites, and they're walking through the memorials as if they are the arms and legs of these veterans who aren't able to physically travel to get there. We encourage veterans to seek out honor flights, but a lot of those individuals aren't able to physically travel. So we have something called Hero Tours, which allows them another opportunity to experience those memorials. So on September 11th, we were at the 9/11 Memorial, and we were giving a live tour to some World War II veterans in Macon, Missouri, at a Macon Veterans Home there. So another example and a way that we are using human media in order to try to develop closer relationships with veterans and military families. With that, I will close. I don't know if there's a way that I can answer any questions from the audience there, but just wanted to put those two words in your vocabulary. Number one, human media, trying to develop closer relationships with your customers and future customers using video chat. Number two, C-commerce, not just e-commerce, but C-commerce. Getting on these platforms like Helpouts, providing a service in that help out, and actually being able to make money that way using the Helpouts platform. We have a saying when it comes to interacting, and that is all communication has a tendency to return to its original form, just as rust turns to dust and eventually moves through the earth, so too does communication, that one day it might come back around to the fact that we are actually having connected conversations eyeball to eyeball with people. And I hope that you all would do that too, and you would seek to develop closer relationships with the people that you come in contact with. So thank you for letting me share. Thank you for letting me talk about C-commerce and about human media platform, and I hope to meet you in a Hangout sometime. If you're ever wondering, how do you get started with Hangouts? I don't know how to broadcast a Hangout myself. You start by joining Hangouts. Institute for Veterans and Military Families does some phenomenal Hangouts. Join some of them. Meet some of the individuals in that. Search for some veterans and military communities on Google+. We host Hangouts a lot, and we would love to meet you as well. This is a great place to network. And again, don't hide behind that profile picture on a social network. Get in there with video chat, and you will meet some phenomenal individuals and make some great contacts. So thank you, Megan, for the opportunity to share, and I would just want to give everyone out there what we call a Hangout high five, which is this, giving a high five to all of you out there for everything that you do. Thank you for your service. Thank you for serving those who serve.
All right, everybody. First, I want to give a big thank you to Sarah for joining us today. That was some wonderful information, and I think is a really great, bold start off to really the first activity for our national conference. So, Sarah, we so appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. We are very grateful. Everybody who is out there tweeting and Facebooking and all sorts of stuff, the competition is fierce. So I will run through some of our key agenda highlights before I run off to do our drawing and come back, and we'll know who the lucky winners are for our prizes. But if we haven't had the chance to connect by phone or email or at New York City, I'm Kim Krula. I'm the V-WISE program coordinator. I joined the team in June, and I am very, very happy to be here and very, very excited for the agenda that we have coming up in November. It's going to be a really great experience, and I think a really valuable move forward for so many ladies. The first thing I want to address about the agenda is to remind everybody of the dates for the conference. So we are going to run from November 1st to November 3rd, and many of you are scheduling your flights right now, which is a really good idea. You're going to get some of the best prices the farther out that you schedule. So as you're scheduling, keep in mind registration on Saturday runs from 11 to 4. And our first formal event will start at 5 p.m. So although we have some really fun optional events happening during registration, which will include professional headshots and a graduate business expo, our first event doesn't start until 5. So keep that in mind as you're making your travel plans. Similarly, when you're preparing to leave on Monday, our final plated lunch and class photo will conclude right around 3:30 p.m. So please don't plan to leave the hotel before about 3:30 on Monday. Now, before I dive into some more agenda specifics, I want to make sure everyone is aware that unlike your original V-WISE experience, we will not be asking you to pre-register for classes. You will be able to choose which session you attend right up until the beginning of your class, and this is some flexibility that we've been asked for over our past several conferences, and we're glad to be able to offer that here. So there is going to be some planning to put into this for sure. Doesn't mean we don't want you to check out the agenda before the conference, but you will have that flexibility. So to dive into some of what's going to be going on, some of the choices that you're going to have, we will of course have our traditional classroom style breakout sessions on a variety of business related topics. Wonderful experts from around the country are going to be coming in to share their knowledge and to answer your questions in traditional lecture style classes. Now there will be some special opportunities happening. If you choose, you can, in lieu of a traditional breakout session, attend a challenge session, an Ask the Expert section, or our Business Connections Cafe. So let's get into some of what those entail. When you think challenge session, I want you to think industry. We're going to have experts from our top 6 graduate industries attending in a small group discussion style to answer your biggest business challenge. So if you are facing a large obstacle right now, if you are feeling challenged by the industry that you have come into, please think about attending one of these sessions so that you can network with your peers, network with our experts, and hopefully brainstorm some ways to move forward with your business. When we think about our next opportunity, Ask the Expert sections, where the challenge sessions were organized by industry, I want you to think of the expert sections as organized by topic. So these are where you can go to ask your most burning questions of a business lawyer, a CPA, an expert business planner, basically industry unspecific, more related to different parts of your business. And finally, our Business Connections Cafe. If you really want to dig deep and dive into a one-on-one conversation with one of our experts, this is your opportunity to do it, and it will be running all day, both days of the conference. So we're offering 15-minute one-on-one appointments with our expert lawyer, our expert networker, and also a stylist. Which is a really cool thing I don't think we've ever done before. And you will be able just to kind of ask what's important to you, and you can schedule those appointments online on our landing page, and we will provide that link for you by the end of this hangout. So just a few tips to take full advantage of these opportunities prior to the conference. We aren't asking you to pre-register, but research is key. We definitely want you to visit our website that we've developed for the conference and make sure you look at all those different breakout sessions. What are the challenge sessions going to be about? What are those industries? What are the experts? Who are they? Figure out who you want to talk with and where they're going to be teaching, and definitely set your plan going in. And kind of on a similar note, know what you want to ask. Come with a prioritized list of questions. Think about what is most important to you right now and make sure that you have that in your back pocket to be able to take advantage of those networking opportunities as they happen. As well, just like your original V-WISE experience, come with business cards. Bring a big stack, hand them out to anybody and everybody. This is your chance to get your name out there and to make those connections that are going to move you forward. And if you want to get a jump on that, my final tip right now is to network via social media. And many of you have been doing a great job with that in the last 20 minutes. So kudos to you. And that being said, we're going to proceed to the next slide in our presentation. Here is a link to our landing page. Here are some examples of some of our experts and instructors that are going to be with us. Meet these lovely ladies now, visit our website, read their bios, and start planning for your experience. So that being said, I'm going to pass it back to Megan and make sure we are all prepared to do our drawing very shortly.
So thanks so much, Kim, and I hope we have even more folks that are watching via YouTube, and I know that we've had many that have joined via Google Plus since the beginning. So Ladies, you know, this is your time to ask any questions that you have about the conference, whether it be the agenda, a particular question about a speaker. The floor is yours, and we're going to give Kim and our team a little bit of time to make sure that we can do what we need to give you some prizes. So please go ahead and ask any questions that you may have. All right, so I have Mary. Mary says, is there anyone I can get more information on the stylist? Is that a focus area for me? So Mary, we're going to have a couple different opportunities for you. On our second evening of the conference, from about 5 to 6:15, we actually have a breakout session. We were fortunate enough to have supermodel MA. She is, if you Google her, and you'll see a long history of both being an advocate for plus-size supermodels and just her lengthy work, probably for the past 15 to 20 years. So I encourage you to Google her. But she is leading the session, and we also have Dress for Success San Antonio that's coming to help her out with the breakout session. Additionally, as Kim mentioned, we're going to have the one-on-one stylist opportunities. So as soon as we have those appointment times available, we're going to post those online, and there's actually going to be an online sign up for you. So I would suggest that as soon as those go up, that you hop on and sign up. We are right now figuring out how many stylists that we're going to have every hour, and likely though we're going to have about 100 different opportunities. So 100 different 15 minute one-on-one sessions with a stylist, and what that's going to cover is it's really going to be what you want to make of it, because it's 15 minutes. So if you want to get makeup tips, you want to get hair tips, if you want to get tips on how to dress, then those are going to be there for you. Like I said, we don't have a confirmed number, but likely it's going to be about 100 different one-on-one stylist sessions that we're going to be offering. So I hope that answered that question. So Mary, you also asked if your Facebook post has gone through, and I have Kim right near me, so I will have her give me hopefully a thumbs up in a minute, and I can get back to you on that one. Wanda asked, do you know if there will be any industry experts in the life coaching industry? So, you know what, Wanda, I again encourage you to go ahead and look at those bios. I will say there's definitely experience in that area. We are going to have plenty of folks on board who are more on the motivational speaking, and do have a little bit of coaching history under their belts. But I can talk to you offline and point. We have actually quite a few folks that have that experience, so I will talk to you offline and make sure I send you some key names on that. So Tina went ahead and put MA's website on there, so I appreciate that. And it looks like, Mary, it looks like your posts have been getting through. And I also have, if anyone needs marketing material, please contact me. I'll be running a deal just for my fellow Lady Beths and V-WISE attendees. So that's a great advertisement. Good work there, Letitia. Okay. Do I have any other questions?
Yeah, just a second, Megan. I'm just cutting, pasting them.
All right. I think we do have a few more coming through, so I'll give a minute for those to get posted. All right. So I heard, what was the third? I heard information, I heard inspiration, and let me get that up for you so I can answer that question for you. Information, inspiration, and interaction. All right, I have this. Is this recorded so I can go back and really write down all the resources that were just shared? Yes. So we are going to release the YouTube. It's actually via YouTube. It's being live recorded on YouTube as we speak. And so you actually already have that link in your email, but we're happy to share it once again. I'm actually going to post it for you here in just a minute. So hopefully that got through. So I also have a question about will there be any sessions that are solely geared to businesses that provide services instead of products? Now we do not have any challenge sessions that are specific to services or products, but certainly we do have the expertise that is in the house to talk to you about that. So again, I'd be happy to talk to you one-on-one about who some of those experts are. Can you email the links to social media Facebook page so we all have it in one place? So Diana, what I would encourage you to do is if you can hop on our landing page, which I'm going to post, we have it all on there for you. So our landing page, the page specific to the event, we do have it on there for you, and I'm going to post that site for you. Mary asked if she can help out with the stylist portion. Mary, unfortunately, we want you to fully benefit from the event as a participant. So you can definitely, you know, there's going to be plenty of time to talk with the stylist, probably even one-on-one outside of the sessions, and with Emma and with Pamela Taylor, who is the lead for Dress for Success San Antonio. But there won't be the ability to actually help out as a stylist. I apologize. But that being said, you're going to have lots of time to network and share your tips with your fellow grads. Let's see. Is there a way to connect with our specific classmates? Now, Wanda, I'm not sure if I fully understand the question. Certainly everybody that's on the V-WISE National Conference LinkedIn page, those are all registered attendees for the conference. So I would suggest, if I'm answering the question correctly, that's probably the best way to do so right now. Will there be manufacturing folks there? Right now, Pat, again, we have many of our experts have had several different companies, and some of those companies have had lines that are part of them. I mean, MA is an example of somebody who has started clothing lines. You know, there are others that are in there too. So I would encourage you again to connect with them one-on-one if you're not able to get into one of their sessions or decide that it's not the best fit. Are there any other questions? They're all great questions. So I do owe you the landing page, so I will get that over to you. Yep, Cheryl, I'll be happy to do that, to share the folks that are your best points of contact for coaching. So for Mara, for the we will, if they're going to be available next week, that's the easiest answer for you. But we will post again. We will send out. You will have plenty of ways to access the information that they're being posted. We're going to post it on social media, both our Facebook and LinkedIn pages. Additionally, it's going to be posted. There's going to be an announcement right on our landing page, and you're also going to receive an email. So there's going to be plenty of ways that you are going to see that information come through so that you can sign up. If you go to the landing page, where it's going to be posted is within the special opportunities section of our landing page. So hopefully that answered the question.
Looks like all the questions for now, Megan.
So if you guys can help me out, just because I want to make sure that I do answer everybody's questions and get you the right information. I did have the product services versus products question, but I don't have the full name of who asked that question. So if you can just include your name, I'll make sure that I email you back. Additionally, I had the question. I have the question from Cheryl. So I got your question, Cheryl, about coaching experience. And I believe that Wanda also asked that question. And I'm just going to take a minute to review once again and make sure that I have everybody's questions. I think Pat asked about manufacturing, so I'll make sure that I connected with you directly on that with the top folks that you're going to want to connect to. So the Business Resource Directory, great question. So yes, we are going to have a print version that is available at the conference. You will actually, every single person that is attending the conference, every grad that is attending the conference will get one of those when they come and check in. Additionally, we are going to post it online as well. So that is something when it's done, as soon as it's done, we're actually going to post it right to our landing page for the event. All right, I'm going to take one more minute to take questions because I think we're pretty close to being wrapped up with those. If you guys think of something, you have our email, of course, vyis@syr.edu. My direct email is mconroy@syr.edu, and I think you all have it by now, but of course I'll type it in here for you. All right, I'm gonna make sure that Kim is ready to go for those prizes, and I'm gonna stall a little if we're not ready to go.
No, we are ready to go.
Okay.
All right, ladies, I would like to introduce Allison, who is a wonderful student worker with our EBV program, who we have absolutely stolen for this hour or so, and she has been working very hard to help us out with this. So I want everybody to win, and so does Megan. So Allison also wants everybody to win, but is going to be our impartial drawer of the prizes. So our first prize up is going to be the free registration for the national conference. So Allison, I'm not going to look. All right. Anita Montgomery, Seattle graduate, you have won a free registration to the national conference for V-WISE. Congratulations, Anita. All right, number 2 is our 30-minute hangout with an expert in your industry. All right, and the winner of the 30-minute hangout is Lorraine Milton, one of our San Antonio grads. Congratulations, Lorraine. All right, and of course, our final big prize winner of a round-trip ticket to NatCon. I feel like I should have a drum set. Yeah, drum roll. All right. Who's going to win our round-trip ticket? Wanda Harris of Long Beach. Congratulations. You have won a free round-trip ticket to our national conference. Thank you to everybody who posted to our social media. You were very bold. We very much appreciate it, and congratulations to all of our winners.
All right, I think that wraps it up. I thank you once again for joining us. And as I mentioned, please reach out and touch us if you have any questions. It doesn't matter how small they are. We're here to help you. And we'll see you in just 43 days.